my song. Let's sing it. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Come on, it's gonna be fucking awesome. You know the words. It's gonna be fucking awesome. That's insane. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Yeah!
Hey, everybody. It is I, Jesse Blaze Snider, the coolest geek alive. I am coming at you with another episode of Coolest Alive. We have 5 killer recommendations for you this week. Yesterday we started with music and Anthrax's The Sound of White Noise. What a fucking awesome heavy metal record. Maybe one of the best heavy metal records ever. Not that every song on it is perfect, but man, 9 out of fucking 15 ain't bad. And 10, 11, I mean, you could call it 11 out of 15. I mean, there's a lot of great songs on that record. Today, we are going to be talking about the first season of Chainsaw Man. What a great fucking anime that show is. Such a cool concept, such a bizarre and interesting concept. I'm excited to chat about that in a little bit. Just last week, we did One Punch Man, I think, or a couple weeks ago, we did One Punch Man. I've been getting into some of the best anime, over the years, and one day I'll get into some of these mangas, but it's been really, really fun getting into some of these, especially because I've been watching a lot of them with my son, Cassidy, who's gotten into anime, so me and Cass have enjoyed One Punch Man together. We enjoyed Chainsaw Man, and I wanted to chat about that, so today will be Chainsaw Man, but tomorrow I'm coming back for some more on Transformers, the Energon universe, the Robert Kirkman-produced shared G.I. Joe Transformers universe. The second volume of Transformers in the Energon universe is awesome. It's 10 times better than the first volume that I recommended a couple weeks ago. So good. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. And then Thursday, live action as always. We're going to get into Harry and the Hendersons, which is a movie I grew up watching. We had that at VHS in my house with John Lithgow and fucking Bigfoot, man. It's just so good. So fun, so funny, and really heartwarming and cool. Watched it with my daughter Parker last weekend, and her and I just enjoyed the hell out of it, and wanted to recommend that one to you guys. And then Friday, we're going to come back around with another YouTube channel recommendation for our Wildcard Friday. I've been recommending The Mind Unveiled. I recommended that Surprise Witness. This Friday, I'm going to be recommending my one of my favorite channels, Brian Scott, who will read chapters and channelings from various brilliant people, and just it's always the stuff that he shares is amazing. Does lots of meditation, sort of walkthroughs, guided meditations, whatever you want to call them. And he rules. I love Brian Scott. Love his voice, the timbre of his voice. We'll talk about it on Friday. And then Saturday, Sam Keith passed away. He's the artist who created the Max. He is just one of the greatest artists who's ever lived. And now he's no longer with us. And I'm going to celebrate Sam and his amazing work on Saturday. Sunday is Everything They Don't Want You to Know. I don't know what we're going to be talking about this week. Last week we did an amazing sort of visualization, a guided visualization in imagining the world working out in all the ways that we want it to. Not so much our personal world, but the outer world. Imagining justice for Epstein victims and all this other shits. Because our minds and our meditations on how things can and should be are powerful. So I dedicated our hour to helping us all get our minds right and imagine the world we'd like to see instead of freaking out about the world that could be. Oh no, you see what they're doing? Oh my God. That's the whole thing. It's supposed to be freaking us out. They know that we're a mind. They want to freak out the mind of God. So this past Sunday's episode was all about just getting our minds right. If that sounds cool to you, listen to Everything They Don't Want You to Know every Sunday. There's like 60-something episodes to find. And now monthly, we've got my show, All Your Favorite Bands Suck, which is my deep dive into all my favorite bands, just like I did Anthrax, their Sound of White Noise album on Monday. I do other artists where I get into every one of their albums. Or at least all the best ones, and then name songs that you should check out from other records. But I covered their entire catalog. There's 55 bands so far. Grandson was the last one I did. I think the next one I'm going to do is the Black Keys. Great music, tons of great genres. If you like music and you want to get into some new stuff, just check it out. Finally, JBS at blacklightdistrict.studio. That is my email. I love it when I hear from you guys. I love getting recommendations from you guys. If there's anything that you're reading or watching that's amazing that you think I would dig, please, JBS at blacklightdistrict.studio. And if you type in blacklightdistrict.studio to your web browser, you will come to my company's website. We make boutique comic books and boutique music All of it is free online. Hundreds of beautiful, awesome songs. You'll love it. And tons of great comic books, all for free to check out through our website, blacklightdistrict.studio. All right. Without further ado, that's it, my friends. We are getting into this here animation podcast, number 2 for the week, Tuesday. Chainsaw Man season 1. It came out in 2022 from MAPPA Studios. You won't recognize any of the names of any of the lead actors or whatever, but it's awesome. It's directed by Ryu Nakayama. And it's based on the manga by Tatsuki Fujimoto. Produced by MAPPA Executive Team. Music is Kensuke Yoshio. And the opening theme, Kick Back, by Kenshi Yunizu. I love so much of the fucking music in the, not the trailers, the introductions, the openings. The opening for fucking One Punch Man is great. One of my favorite bands is a band called Maximum the Hormone, which is actually a Japanese band, and they've done some of their music's been used for like intros for anime shows. There are 12 different ending themes to Chainsaw Man, and they're done by 12 different artists, and they're awesome. The music is quite badass. This like Japanese metal, or I don't know what you want to call it. This was one of the most anticipated anime releases of this decade. It's massive global streaming success on Crunchyroll and Netflix, the select regions for Netflix. That's where me and my son watch it. Huge merchandise and Blu-ray sales in Japan. The Chainsaw Man concept, this dude with a fucking chainsaw chain running through his head. It's nuts. Major social media and global anime cultural impact, and this definitely expanded audience beyond traditional anime fans. This was a thing that got me into anime when people were trying to get me into anime for forever. And the Chainsaw Man concept was just so visceral and cool. I had to check it out. It really was just a next level idea, because it wasn't an idea that anybody would normally think of, because there were certain intellectual thoughts that might get in the way of you coming up with this concept. He's going to have functional chainsaws coming out of the center of his arms, and like a functional chainsaw coming out of the center of his face. It just seems like it doesn't make any sense. This isn't going to work, but it does. It really, really works, and it's really fucking cool. The manga sales, the mangas before anime, so this is as a comic book, it became like a fucking global sensation after the anime released, and really strong streaming viewership worldwide. This is an international hit, and ranked very highly in Japan, of course, but worldwide it's become a thing with massive international fan engagement and tons of merchandise sales. Like I said, this cuts straight through from the manga thing to me as a consumer, me as an entertainment person, and I went, all right, fuck it, I'm in. And I had put my toe in the water for a lot of different animes, but this was the one that made me swim. This was the one where I just went, oh man, this is fucking rad. I'm having such a good time watching this. And when my son went, you want to watch One Punch Man with me? I said, all right. Because I loved Chainsaw Man so much. There is a real cinematic direction for the anime, inspired by live-action filmmaking. MAPPA apparently self-funded much of the production for higher quality control of the series, and it is really quality. I haven't gotten as deep into it as I'd like to, so I don't know if, like some of these shows, if it like lessens in quality over time. But the first season is awesome. It's extremely violent, extremely emotionally grounded in its storytelling. Mixes horror, dark comedy, and existential themes, which are really next level. And it's considered part of like a new generation of anime storytelling, which has been definitely pulling the West even closer to to being able to us all enjoy this same stuff. the shared monoculture that I like to talk about all the time is so wonderful when we're all enjoying the same things. And I really appreciate the ability of these animes to bring us together as a world. Season 1 only adapts early arcs of the manga, but it's really excellent. And I mean, honestly, it's so fucking cool. Just the visuals are amazing. I'm not going to spoil anything, really. I'm just going to give you the basic tenets of the... Oh, sorry. I feel like I got to sneeze. Oh, I have to sneeze? No, okay. No sneeze. It went away. All right. So this dude finds this, like, cute little orange guy who's, like, this demon. And these are all these demons. The whole anime is about these... Essentially, when fear is put into a subject, it creates a real being that is manifested by all of the fear. In the case of the chainsaw, this demon, orange demon thing that he finds, which is like kind of sweet, it's the demon that is all of everybody's fear and anxiety around a chainsaw. Every bad guy that shows up to fight them in this series is a demon that has been created by the fears that people have. The gun demon, that shows up at a certain point, and the knife demon, literally just there's fear of sharp things and fear of bullets and fear of chainsaws, and there's a lot more fears than just that as the series progresses, and it's super interesting and just neat. I've always been fascinated by the concept of death, the specter of death as he shows up. This is the embodiment of death. And this show represents, like, in character form, embodiments of all of these sort of more abstract concepts, something like a gun demon. He's representing all of our fear of the guns. He's representing all of our fear of the knives. The designs for these characters as they show up in the show are sick. Over and over and over, they are just so fucking cool. So, just to give you the main bits, the main character is Denji. He's a poor kid. He's drowning in debt from his dead father. And he works as a devil hunter, a demon hunter for the Yakuza. And his only friend is his little pet devil, Pochita, that I was telling you about. He's the little orange, cute chainsaw demon that he forms with. This thing in the opening episode, I think it is, it gets permanently bonded with him, and it's in his chest, so he pulls the chain of the chainsaw thing, and it becomes the thing. But Denji's a really simple dude. He just dreams of food and bed and affection and just a normal life because he's never had that. He gets betrayed and killed by the Yakuza, and Pochita merges with him and becomes his heart. And now Denji is Chainsaw Man, a human devil hybrid. He pulls the chain, he becomes this crazy thing, But he's just a boy who wanted basic human happiness in a brutal world. And he's manipulated and used by people in power, and he struggles between survival, desire, and identity. Just, wanted to be something more normal, and it's funny. I don't know, bonded with me because I've always kind of wanted that to some degree. My dad was a rock star, and I would be treated differently by people a lot of times, and I was always trying to can you just treat me like I'm normal? Can we pretend that I'm normal and make me feel like I'm just like you? It's weird, when you get treated a little different than other people. One of the first things that you tend to feel is like you're different, like you're not the same as everybody. It's a weird feeling. I talked a little bit about his powers. He's got chainsaws come out of his head and his arms. He's got extreme regeneration, superhuman strength and speed, and he can consume devils. He's out to kill these other devils with his devil. One of the main supporting characters is Makima. She's a public safety devil hunter leader, and she controls Denji's life. She's cold, mysterious, manipulative. But, she offers Denji food and shelter, purpose, all the things that he wants. She appears caring, and I mean, like, all of this situation that he gets, like, pulled into as far as the devil hunters and people like Makima, like, not all of this is going to be resolved in the first season. You don't necessarily get all the best vibes in the world from these people, and he's just kind of simple going along with it. But, she appears caring, but she's clearly fucking dangerous. And she's a central power figure for season 1, and Denji's very loyal to her. She is like this blood fiend. I mean, just as a personality, she's like fucking loud and selfish, chaotic character. But she loves violence and cats, which is like an interesting thing in the whole demon lore and devil lore. She's a fucking liar though. And despite all of this, she becomes Denji's friend. And she's, comic relief and emotional heart, but represents like chaotic freedom. And you definitely are like watching this bitch, especially because Denji's just so simple. And then he's got a bunch of his, like the people within this group who are all devil hunters. You've got Aki Hayakawa, who's a devil hunter. He lost his family to the gun devil, I was telling you about. Driven by revenge, he's responsible, disciplined, and he lives with Denji and power. This dude's a tragic hero who's trying to get revenge on the gun devil. But very emotionally grounded, and so much of the stuff that is grounded emotionally, like in the show, is just they do a really good job. You care, especially about Denji and his cute little fucking devil pet that's in his heart. I mean, like, granted, you only see it towards the beginning, but and then you got Kishibe. He's a veteran devil hunter. He's super brutal. He's alcoholic, and he's the hard truth mentor. And represents like the reality of like hunting these devils, which is very serious, and grounded at the end of the day. Like, all of these guys are meant to be scary. There's Himeno, who uses the ghost devil. Again, people's fear of things become these devils. There's and like love triangle kind of stuff with him and some of the other ones. And then Kobeni Higashiyama, who's like kind of the nervous devil hunter. He was forced to do this job by his family, but he's like skilled in combat, but just kind of a bit of a weird, fearful case. And then you got the lots of devils and super fiends. You got the angel devil that shows up, and there's a shark fiend who worships Chainsaw Man, and he's a chaotic fighter named Beam. There's the violence fiend. There's the spider devil who shows up. Again, like, all of these guys are just representations of the fear surrounding this stuff. The gun devil, the knife type villain. You got Katana Man, who's all samurai swords. But like, completely in the first episode, there's the tomato devil, the zombie devil, the bat devil, the leech devil. All of these guys are interesting, visually stimulating, different powers, unique ways of having to destroy them. Really, really cool. When you get to the hotel arc, you got the Eternity Devil. The Katana Man arc has the Snake Devil and the Ghost Devil and the Curse Devil and the Typhoon Devil. And then there's fiends, which fiends are devils possessing human bodies, kind of like Chainsaw Man's a fiend, basically. But there's Power, who's the blood fiend, who I mentioned earlier. Beam, who's the shark fiend, who I mentioned earlier. There's the violence fiend, and then the angel devil that I mentioned. She's not exactly a fiend, but it's a similar role. And then there's a ton of devils that are mentioned. Sorry. Hey, Bappa, I love you, brother. I'm in the middle of recording my podcast. You're on it right now. Yeah. Let me just finish this and I'll give you a buzz back. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. So it's my drummer for my band that I'm putting together right now. So then other devils that are also mentioned, and I mean, just really cool, because this whole concept, especially as you see fiends and demons like the tomato devil. I mean, like the tomato devil. But it's very clever, very deep and meaningful. Like the fear, I forget exactly how they explain the tomato devil and some of these things and how these fears are born, but it's very interesting. And just the concept, if you listen to Everything They Don't Want You to Know, just a couple weeks ago, I did an episode all on the Gnostics. And the Gnostics will tell you a lot about the archons and how archonic forces feed off of our fear, off of our emotions. This is something that I think is actually really going on in our reality. Beings feeding on our lower vibrational energy. And here it's really expounded upon in a lot of interesting ways. And just as you see all of the various fears and all the things, just people who are mentioned, like the fox devil or the future devil, it's basically, just to like wrap up this whole thing, you know, the type of characters you're going to see here. They're devils that are the pure fear-based creatures. They're born from the human fears, like the bat devil, the gun devil. There's fiends, which are devils in human corpses, or I guess sometimes just like taking possession of the body. I don't think all of them are corpses, but like Power and Beam, some of those characters that I mentioned. Then there's hybrids that are human-devil fusion characters, like Denji himself and Katana Man, which I guess that covers it. I guess the fiends are the ones that are using human corpses, and then the hybrids are the ones when they're like alive. And then there's contract devils, humans who are borrowing powers through deals, like kind of the Ghost Rider or whatever. The Fox Devil, the Cursed Devil, or characters like that. You know, Chainsaw Man season 1 is basically just about a poor kid, you know, who turned into a devil weapon, and then finding out about this world that's run by these fear beings and these powerful hybrids and other versions of it, but all involving that power and the power governed by that fear. And then also introducing us to government-controlled devil hunters, the looming gun devil threat, which, I mean, if you're American, you know how powerful the gun devil is over here, and introducing you to a cast of broken, tragic, and strange characters that are all really, really interesting. And really the question of what it means to be human in such a violent world. And that, I think, is my favorite aspect of the whole show, of just all the questions that it brings up, and like how all these fears come about. You know, it's true, guns don't kill people. People with guns kill people. As is all the case, all of these fears that everybody has, these are all weapons and things, ideas that are being wielded badly or in an evil way by human beings. So just the conversation is super important. The violence and action and horror is awesome. It's off the chain. And the creativity of the whole show is just next level. And to top it all off, it's fun and funny. It will make you laugh. While making you feel very uncomfortable and really like bringing a lot of disturbing imagery and disturbing ideas to the forefront of your mind in a way that you will never forget. I will never forget. I love Chainsaw Man. It is a visceral idea that really has stuck with me. I look forward to digging deeper into it. It may end up being the first actual manga that I read because I just love it so much, and I'm so drawn to all the concepts within it. And at the very least, I recommend you guys all get into the anime. It had been available on Netflix. I'm not sure if it still is. Maybe you can find it on Crunchyroll, but seek it out. Chainsaw Man. It is fucking awesome. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to the show. We got a lot of great stuff coming for you this week. Yesterday we had some music. Today we got some animation. And tomorrow, Wednesday, it's comic book day. I'm so fucking excited. And I hope you are too, to join me again tomorrow for another fucking awesome episode of The Coolest Alive. See you then. You've been listening to Coolest Alive with me, your host, Jesse Blaze Snider. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more excellent entertainment recommendations. Thanks for listening.
It's gonna be fucking awesome. Come on, it's gonna be fucking awesome. You know the words. It's gonna be fucking awesome. That's it, say. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Yeah! be fucking awesome. Stay with your tribe. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Revenge of the Geeks. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Week after weeks. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Laughing with you. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And crying sometimes too. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Spelling it out. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Making you shout. I'm a genius. I got lyrics coming out me bum for days. You like that? It's a kazoo solo. I play that too. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Talking some shit. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Living your shit. My voice is fucking awesome. Food in our mouth. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Get in our mouth. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Tell all your friends. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Call right or text. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Raising the bar. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Straight to the stars. It's gonna be fucking awesome. It's starting soon. Straight to the top. Fucking awesome. Passing the moon. It's gonna be fucking awesome. On with the show. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Ready, set, go.
It's going to be fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Just wait. You'll see. You'll all see.
The podcast playground.